Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Mindy Banks. I'm the Flip Flop Chef. Today I'm going to show you how to make air fried tortilla strips using Pampered Chef's Deluxe air fryer and some regular flour tortillas. You can make this recipe using corn tortillas if you like, but today we're going to use flour. These are the really large, giant size, like burrito size tortillas, and so I'm using how many did I use? 3 or 4. And I went ahead and started cutting these into strips using our pizza cutter. I'm going to turn this and I'm going to cut these strips in half again. It's easier to turn your cutting board than it is to turn the food, or easier than turning your arm. And so this way I'm going to go in the same direction. Our pizza cutter is really cool. It comes with this really cool guard because this is super sharp. So when you're storing this, you want to make sure that you have the guard on it. It is dishwasher safe, so it's really easy to clean. And this little piece here is a crust cutter. So if you are cutting your pizza and you hit the edge of your pizza pan, you can just flip this over and separate that crust edge. So I cut these into strips, and you don't want them too thin or too thick. And then I'm going to cut them in half. Since this was a large tortilla, I want to make sure that the pieces aren't super long. So we're going to transfer these into our small plastic mixing bowl. I believe it's a 1 quart size, and just sort of separate them a little bit. We're going to take our kitchen spritzer and we're going to use some everything taco seasoning. For the kitchen spritzer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump the pressure in the bottle, and when it's really nice and tight, then you know that the pressure is built up enough that you're going to be able to spray like an aerosol can. So we're going to just pump, and then I'm going to spray over the tortillas and mix them as I go. Because these are being air fried instead of deep fried, the oil is going to help give it that crispiness, and it's also going to help the seasoning stick to the tortillas. So you can use these tortillas to top a salad or soups. You can use them on some casseroles if you like. You get really creative. You can eat them just as they are if you like. Christian likes to do that. So I'm just going to make sure that I coat these nicely with oil, digging down all the way to the bottom, making sure we're not missing any. And then I'm going to take Pampered Chef's Everything Taco Seasoning. You can use whatever seasoning that you like. So if you're making a Southwestern salad, then you would want to use like a Mexican flavored seasoning, and we have several to choose from. If you're making an Asian salad, then you might want to use our Asian seasoning on the tortilla strips. You can get really creative. You can use any seasoning that you like. So this is our Everything Taco. It is basically a replacement for your taco seasoning. So instead of buying the packets at the grocery store, you can just buy a bottle. 2 tablespoons is equivalent to 1 packet of taco seasoning that you can buy at the store. Now, just like I did with the oil, I'm just sort of tossing these. I think I've got enough seasoning. I'm just gonna mix these up. Now, I am making these for a party that I'm doing this week, and I'm not taking my air fryer with me, and so I have to make these ahead of time, and they're really easy to make, and they will stay fresh in our silicone reusable storage bags. So they'll be ready for my party to go on top of our Southwestern taco salad, I think is what I have named that recipe. It is one of my most popular and most requested home party recipes, and so be sure to go to theflipflopchef.com and click the button at the top to access my recipe community. You can find that recipe and more. It's called chicken taco salad. That's what it's called. We're going to burp the bottle, let all the air out of this, and that way the oil will stay fresh and that pressure won't build up and force the air out. Now we're going to cook this in our rotating basket. So the rotating basket is an accessory that comes with the Deluxe air fryer. Now you can see my basket is nice and clean. I use this basket all the time for many things, and it's not so hard to clean if you do a couple of things. So when you're done using it and it's all gross and dirty, take some Dawn Power Wash, spray it, and then just let it sit for a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes. And then you can come back with a scrub brush and you can scrub it, and most of that food will come off, and then put it in the dishwasher. You're not going to get this super clean look if you're washing it by hand only. So it's important that you put it in the dishwasher. It is dishwasher safe. You can open it up and put it on the top rack, or you can put it on the bottom. It really does not matter. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour my tortilla strips into this basket. Now I do this on one of the sheet pans that comes in the modular sheet pan set. I do this because I don't want any extra seasonings on my counter than I already have on there. And when I take this out, I also put it in here and I dump them out, and so they have a chance to cool here. Now, if you're not familiar with how to use the rotating basket, I'm going to zoom in a little bit and give you guys a lesson on how to do this. Let me see if I can rotate this a little bit. Now, inside the air fryer, there are 2 places for this basket to connect. My suggestion is to try this when the air fryer is not hot so that you know how to put it in and take it out. So both sides of your air fryer basket are exactly the same, but both sides are not the same in here. One side actually is like a hole, and you're going to stick one side of this, it doesn't matter which side, in that hole. After you stick it in that hole, you're gonna lift up on the right side and then hook it down on top of the other. So I'm gonna see if I can do this from this angle. I may have to turn it a little bit closer to me. All right, so you're going to take this and you slide it in so it's inside that hole, and then on the other side, you're gonna hook it in, okay? So see how it kind of moves a little bit? You don't wanna try to force it or anything because the rotation of the machine will do that for you. You can also use your retrieval tool to put it in and take it out, and I will show you how to do that after we cook these. So I'm gonna close the air fryer. I'm gonna use the air fry setting, so I am just going to turn that to air fry, and I'm gonna press the select button. Whoops, I thought I already pressed it. And I'm gonna reduce the time to 8 minutes. Press start, and then there's a button here to turn the light on. I do that so that I can see that it is rotating. Whoops, I did the wrong setting. Got ahead of myself. I'm gonna do the rotisserie setting, which you can see is the same temperature as air fry. Rotisserie, select, lower this to 8 minutes. Oops, 8, okay. And by doing that, now it is rotating itself. Now I could have left it on air fry, it would have done exactly the same thing, but I would have had to push the rotate button. When you use rotisserie, it automatically rotates. You're probably not gonna be able to see that on the inside through the camera lens, but it is rotating. When you press the light button, you can actually physically look inside and confirm that it is rotating. If it's not rotating, then you did not hook it in there properly, and it's not going to cook properly because the food is not being tossed around in the basket. This gives it the ability, almost like stirring when you're cooking on the stovetop, you have to stir something so it doesn't burn. This is stirring the food in the fryer so that it doesn't burn and that all pieces get cooked evenly. So I'll come back in about 7.5 minutes and I'll show you the finished product and how to get the basket out. So stay tuned. All right, you guys, I'm back and my air fryer just finished up, and we're gonna take out the air fried tortilla strips and I'm gonna transfer them to one of our modular sheet pans. This is the larger of the 3 pans in this set, and I like to just take my basket out and put it there because it does seem to fit just perfectly. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this just a little bit and a little bit closer to me so I don't burn myself. But you're gonna take your retrieval tool. Now, I'm gonna hook this underneath that rod that sticks out on both sides. Remember how we talked about doing this when it's cold so that you know what you're doing? You slide it into the left and hook it on the right. So for this, I'm gonna lift up on the right side so then I can pull out of the left side. So I'm just gonna slide this in and pull up and slide it out. It's after you understand how to do it, it's really muscle memory and it's not hard to do. So we've got our basket out. Now you might be thinking, well, how am I supposed to open this without burning myself? So I recommend that you get these microwave grips. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna flip this over so that the opening of the basket is facing up. And these microwave grips keep me from burning myself while I'm handling this. Now you're gonna take your retrieval tool and you slide it into the basket like this, and you're going to just pull away. So you want to make sure that you have this where the door that opens is facing, opening back towards you like this. And then you can take both microwave grips and just sort of toss them out like that. I'm going to put this in the sink so I don't burn myself. And then I like to just spread these out so that they will dry and cool off. As they cool off, they're gonna harden up a little bit. And so after they are fully cooled off, I'm gonna put them in our reusable sandwich bag, or excuse me, silicone bag. So this is not the sandwich bag, but we do have a sandwich bag. This is the medium reusable storage bag, and most, if not all of these, will fit in this bag. And then it'll be a great topping for my chicken taco salad recipe that I'm going to be making at my parties this week and this month. And so if you're coming to one of those, I hope that you guys will enjoy that recipe. Now, if you're serving them after they are cooled off, you can transfer them to a pretty serving dish and put them beside your salad if you don't want everybody to have it, or if there are people who don't want it, like if they have a gluten allergy, you wouldn't want to put these on the salad, so you would want to serve them on the side. Or you may want to put them on the side when serving soup so that they don't get soggy. So you can put them on top of your recipes or serve them on the side, whatever's most appropriate for what you're making. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. And as a consultant with the Pampered Chef, I do earn commission on the products that you purchase from me. So I'd love the opportunity to earn your business and to be your consultant. So you can contact me through any of my channels, or you can just comment on the video and I'd be happy to help you. So I have more videos coming, but that's all I have for you for now. I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.